Happy New Year, everybody. It's 2022. I hope everybody had a safe and happy holiday time. Hope you saw your loved ones, had some good drinks, had some good food, whatever you're into. It's going to be a quick video today. It's my first video the new year. What I basically wanted to do was just kind of outline for you guys what I'm thinking I'm doing this year, what my goals are, my hobby checklist, if you will. Everything I do, there's a plan, but it's all kind of random. Like there's nothing set in stone. Nothing here is going to be in order. It's not like, I'm going to knock all this off and then I'm going to go to this. Like, I have like 15 things on the go or more, and they'll just kind of happen as they happen. Anybody that's checked out my Patreon, you'll kind of have a little bit of a head start. You'll kind of have an idea what's coming down the road already. I'll just jump into it for you guys, and I'll just kind of go over all the things I'm thinking of, and then if you guys want to suggest anything as well for any of like my existing projects, the World Eaters, the Kroot, the Space Pirate Army, any ideas you have, feel free to DM me, put them in the comments, whatever. So starting off, I guess we'll start, what I'm most known for the Kroot Army. So as you probably know, we just hit well over 3,000 points, like done. I think it's like 3,200 or something like that. But I'm nowhere near out of ideas. I still have ideas for a lot of things. What I am going to do is I'm not going to commit to anything until the new codex comes out. Just because I don't want to go, I really enjoy playing the game, and that does motivate me a lot. So I don't want to, it's not like I have no problem playing bad units. That's not an issue. But I don't want to, I try to tell a story with the models, right? And I don't want to necessarily start building something in a direction and then now the rules don't really make sense for that. If that makes any sense. So for example, right now any battle suit can take the advanced targeting system. Sorry, this is probably really irritating to look at for you guys. Which gives you an extra AP on any attack from the battle suit. And so for me, if I'm trying to make a Kroot battle suit, say I was going to make a team of crisis suits. So now with that extra AP, they're now okay in melee, and so I can stretch that and be okay, I'm going to give them all a cool Kroot spear or something to go with their guns. Just that's the way I would go. But if now that's no longer a thing, then the spear would be kind of pointless. You know what I mean? So I'm just going to wait for the codex to come out so I can have a better idea what direction to go. But in terms of actual models and kits that I want to own and units I want to make, right off the bat, it's gonna probably make some people sad, some people excited. I want at least 2 tanks, because I don't have any tanks in the army. I want I'm really undecided. I can go the monster route, and I can make another monster, and probably what I would use is something like the Seraphon Stegodon kit again, and I would make that into a hammerhead gunship with the big awesome railgun that they've just previewed. But the reason I kind of don't want to do that is because I've now made this awesome cool giant Triceratops monster, and it's representing a tank that has no melee output at all. So it's just kind of not that it ruins it for me, but it's I've now made this thing that's now not represented in the game, if that makes sense. I kind of even because of the one I made is a Riptide, and the Riptide I'm praying that they give that thing, because it's huge, maybe they give it some baby stomp attacks, and that'll be enough for me. I won't complain. But even that, I was kind of oh, because the Riptide can't do melee, and this thing looks like it could run over some people in melee. So yeah, I could do that, or what I honestly think I'm doing, because I've got an airbrush now and I'm really excited to keep using that, and it's been a lot of fun so far. I think I might get some actual hammerhead tanks and Krootify them, and cover them in the Kroot glyphs and graffiti, have Kroot hanging off it, riding on it, make it look like it's come out of the jungle, really weathered and stuff. And I think that could be really cool. So I think I'm leaning that way, but I'm not 100% yet. So probably 2 hammerhead tanks. I don't have any transports either, so then maybe 1 or 2 of the Devilfish variant. It's kind of the same thing, but so maybe somewhere between 2 and 4 tanks total for the Tau Kroot army. I would like 1 to 2 of the Sunshark bombers. I just always like having an aircraft in the army. And if not that, then I have a vague idea for something a little bit bigger, maybe a barracuda or possibly even a tiger shark. But one flyer, I think. I don't want to do a whole bunch of them, but like one flyer. And again, I have two ideas. I have one idea that involves I'll have it pop up right now, the Age of Sigmar Leviathan or Leviathan or whatever, the big turtle, flying turtle thing. I was like, what if I crudified that, right? Like, what if I bulk out the wings, make it look more like it could actually fly? It's a flying giant reptile creature, and then have the guns mounted on its back, and it can have like a Howdah thing with some Kroot on it. I have that idea, or more simply, either kit bash a flying vehicle, which could be fun. Like I could take like parts from like Imperial Guard and Space Marines, whatever, and make my own cool, unique flying contraption, like what Ironbeak Mercenaries did. His one's really cool. He's got like one of those. They were really weird. I don't think they made too many of them. I think they made them in World War II, where it's like almost like two planes stuck together. Very strange, but he made one that looks awesome. I could do something like that, or I could just get the actual kit, Krootify it, which honestly I'm kind of leaning towards too, because like my Kroot, their whole thing is that they've stolen a lot of Tau shit and now they're in rebellion. So it kind of makes sense that because so far in the army, other than some guns, they don't really have any Tau tech represented, and that's kind of the narrative that I've wanted. So I think a couple throughout the army of actual stolen Tau vehicles, and I can make them look like super beat up, like they literally like stole them off the battlefield, or they killed the Tau and took it, and like now this is ours. And I had an idea of like, what if I took the Hammerhead or the Devilfish, and it was being towed by Krootoks, like they were pulling it in front with chains or something. I thought that could be kind of cool, but again, then they look like they could fight, and they're not fighting. But I've got ideas about that. Anyways, moving forward, Storm Surge, the next super heavy. I've already got the Taunar. Storm Surge is like the baby Taunar. And again, I'm hoping that it gets some sort of a melee knight stomp attack, because it's like an Imperial Knight. It should be able to step on a couple guardsmen at least. And I have two ideas for that, which I want to see what the points are like, because if I can't fit it all in one detachment, I'll probably only get one. If I could take 2 Storm Surges and a Taunar and then have enough left over to like scrape together a couple of troops or something, I'll do 2 Storm Surges. I've seen several where they give the Storm Surge arms and they make it like a big proper mech. I kind of like that, and I would like Krootify the hell out of it. Like instead of that, like it doesn't even really have a helmet, but so no helmet, and like lots of Kroot like riding on its shoulders, like hanging off it Spider-Man style, and give it like a cool, like, I don't know if I'll sculpt it or I'll take like the big one from the AOS, or not AOS, GW Skulls box, but like make like a cool like avian skull helmet thing, really trick it out, maybe give it like the Kroot blade on the end of its rifle, like it's holding the great big rifle, like I've seen some of them do. Maybe I'll have one pop up now, something like that. And then also I have always really liked the one Felix did. It's just 100% of a 3D print, and I try not to do too many models where I just straight 3D print it, but his is really cool. It's called the Kroot Duckin' Rex or whatever. It's like a giant dodo bird with guns, and it looks fucking rad. So could go that route too. Like I said, if I'm going to do 2, I might do 1 of each. And then if I'm only going to do 1, and it'll depend on the points, maybe I'll let you guys decide. I'll have a vote maybe on the channel or something. But so that's a thing. As far as battle suits, don't really want too many battle suits, but I'm thinking I've got a lot of ideas for stealth suits. I think stealth suits are cool. And I think because they're basically just like a bigger troop, a bulkier troop, I'm thinking like it would be fun, I think, to make a big unit of just like I've got my Krootoks, what do I call them? Goliath Kroot or whatever, and they're like 3 times the size of normal Kroot, and they just like big hulked out Kroot. And then you've got so it's like you've got them, and then you've got like my carnivores. So what if we had like a middle of the road one, and I could use like those new Cruel Boy models. I could maybe even use the real stealth suit models, something like that, some like an in-between. So these are just like bigger Kroot, and then give them like cool like camo cloaks or something, or maybe they've evolved like feathers on their back that change color or something like that. I think I could do something really cool with them. So I'm interested in that. I'm interested to hear any ideas you guys might have. And then so that's, as far as Tau Kroot goes, I think that's pretty much everything I'm thinking about right now. I'm hemming and hawing about crisis suits. They're kind of another weird one, because like they've got jetpacks, they can fly, They're like that. They're like should be like the size of like my Krootoks. So I don't know. I might think about that some more. I don't have really any other than Shadow Sun. I don't have any like Kroot in suits, so that could be an option. I've seen some cool versions of that. Maybe let me know if you guys have like what could be some good models to represent that, or if you think that just Kroot piloting suits would be cool. I think I could do it justice. I think I could do it cool. I just don't know if it really like excites me right now. So that might be like a down the road thing. But for right now, the things I already mentioned, I think I'm going to focus on that more. Now, World Eaters, Chaos. That's my second like main army, and mostly kit bashed as well. Things that I don't have that I'm looking at in the future. The World Eaters Codex is allegedly coming out. So again, like I'm not going to go super hard on like converting berserkers and stuff when they might very well be getting a new kit in the future. So I'm going to try to like hold off on that as long as I can. But things that I can work towards, Obliterators. I have ideas for Obliterators using the Necromunda Ambot things and loading them up with guns. I think that could be cool. I have an idea. So you guys have really liked, everybody's really liked my 2 Defilers and 2 Hellbrutes. I have an idea that would make another one of each, so then I'd have 3 of each. So what I was going to do is I'm going to finally buy the actual Defiler kit. So I was going to buy that, and then I was going to buy the Adeptus Titanicus Reaver Titan, and basically split both of them in half and switch them. So you'll have the Defiler spider legs with Reaver Titan body on it, and that kit comes with like a cool like chainsaw arm, and it's got different guns, and the Defiler kit itself has different guns and things, so it's pretty easy to like I'll mix and match and whatever, I'll make it look cool. And then take the Defiler body, which is like a pretty boxy body, put that on the Reaver Titan legs, and then you've got more of a classic Hellbrute shape. And I don't really like the head that's on the Defiler, so I might switch that for something else. I've got like old Armiger heads and different robot heads and things to use for that. So that's my plan there. They're big, and that's like kind of a big project, but I think it'd be relatively easy, and I think it would turn out really cool. So possibly 3rd Defiler, 3rd Hellbrute. I don't have any like transports. I don't have any drills or rhinos, so I might do something there. And if I'm doing drills, I have 2 of the bladed drill plow things from the Gene Stealer Cult Goliath Rock Grinder things. So I might take that and like strap it to the front of something and make that my drill. Could be cool. I thought maybe even like a Chimera body, like take the turret off, maybe hollow it out so that it's like a, it looks like one of the Beachlanders from World War II, but with a drill on the front. Could be cool. I've always wanted a Helldrake. I just think they look cool, but I definitely have to do something to it to make it a little more dragony and a little less airplane-y. Like I think I would give it a longer mechanical tail. Not 100% sure how I'd do it yet. What else is there for World Eaters? Again, like, because their codex might be coming, they might be getting all new models. I don't want to invest a ton of time into making things that might end up with, like, even if I buy the official models, I'm still going to kit bash them, but like I don't want to go make a bunch of like berserkers, or they might get like the Red Butcher Terminators, so I don't want to go make specific World Eater Terminators or more of them just yet. I have some vague ideas for like Chaos Spawn, because they're just a really good unit to have. Same with Cultists, but again, a bunch of that's supposed to be coming out, so we're going to wait and see for a little bit at least. I'm not going to go like whole hog at it right now. I'm going to just chill, and like maybe I'll do the odd thing here. Like the Obliterators, I think that'll probably be the first thing I do. Thing I want to do, I've got a ton of ideas for Lord Discordance. I got one, you guys would go nuts for this. I want to do like, picture a chariot being pulled by, what are they called? Juggernauts, the Juggernauts of Khorne. So I was going to have a chariot with a Lord Discordant on it being pulled by like probably just 2, maybe 2 or 3 Juggernauts, and make that the Lord Discordant, because Lord Discordant has like a million attacks. He's got like blades, horns, sword, mouth bites, like he's got all these things. So it's like, yeah, that's all the Juggernauts like hitting it, and then he's there with like a big 2-handed weapon. I think that could be rad. As far as like a Mauler Fiend, I've got a lot of ideas for Mauler Fiends. I would either use I really like the big Stonehorn from the Ogres Age of Sigmar army. Have a Lord Discordant on that and make that just like this big, awesome, roided up monster with the tusks and everything, and have a gun mounted on the top of its head and stuff. Really chaos it up, but it already looks cool. It's got the skulls and the horns and things. And then the Magma Droth, I think it's called, for the Fire Slayers army, that big fire lizard thing. I think that could be another really cool. Either Lord Discordant or both of those. The other one, either Lord Discordant or a Mauler Fiend. I think they're the right proportions. Sorry, it's really dry in here. But yeah, so those are some ideas for that. And then, so this is now we're getting into kind of like left field territory, and some people might not even know about this stuff. I said, if you're on my Patreon or if you've been following me closely, you've probably seen me talk about these things. I haven't done a video about it or showed too much, but this year my main big project is I've started a space pirate army, and my inspiration is things like Treasure Planet, and then some little like snippets of lore where you've got like different factions that will have like mercenaries and corsairs and things like that. So what I wanted was like as many races as possible mixed together in like a flotilla raiding force type thing. So what I did was I've picked Tempestus Scions as the Tempestus Scions / Guard as the force, and it really sucks. Hopefully they change this, because I was like, oh, you can take like 6 Valkyries, and those would be the main thing. And then they also have like the Taurox Primes and stuff as other transports, but they went and made it so you can only have 2 of them now. So yeah, we'll have to see with that. I only have 2 so far that are built, so I'm going to hold off and buying more until maybe GW changes their mind and we can have more than 2 in the army. But yeah, so the idea with that is that it's the technology and the vehicles and stuff. It's squats that escaped the Tyranid invasion with a small ragtag fleet, and there's some of their mining equipment and stuff, and they want vengeance on the Tyranids, so they've turned to piracy, and then so they're raiding both Imperials, Chaos, Orcs, doesn't matter. They'll raid anybody, take their money, take their stuff, technology, resources, whatever. They have a base in an asteroid belt that they raid the nearby sectors from. And so then at the same time, with the money they get from that, they then will hire anybody that's willing to work for money and fight the Tyranids when they tell them to. They'll take in. So they've got some freebooter orcs in there that are being like Bulgrin. They've got some like one-off Xenos that I've created, like lizard people, aliens. They've got lots of humans, like guard deserters or hive scum or whatever, like gangsters, whoever. There's going to be like I'm going to have like an Eldar character that'll be probably like the Primaris Psyker stand-in. But what is there? Oh, they've got some Kroot. So yeah, as many Xenos as possible. Xenos, humans, but the main force is squats, all working together in this cool pirate army. So things I'd like to add to that going forward. I haven't painted any of it, so that's gonna be like, I've got, I think, almost 2,000 points built. I haven't painted any of it yet, so that's gonna be like my main painting goal and whatever, and then I'll be adding some more small things to it going forward. I think I have like something like 60 odd infantry, 50-60 infantry of various different units. I've got 2 flyers and 2 Taurox, and then like half a dozen characters or so, something like that. So things going forward, I might do Sentinels made out of Killer Khans, because one, the price is just tempting. Like the price of 1 Sentinel versus 3 Khans, pretty crazy. And I think because the Khans are like these squat-bodied little walker things, I think they would be really cool to make squat walkers. Like maybe these were like mining machinery, like maybe they use them for like heavy lifting loads and stuff. So yeah, I'm thinking if I get the 3 Khans, I can pretty easily convert them to be 3 Sentinels, like squat Sentinels. So I think that could be cool. I have vague ideas for doing a, what's the guard super heavy that's a transport, with the big Gatling gun on the front? A storm hammer, something like that. The one that can transport like 30 or 40 troops. I just thought that'd be really cool to be like a massive land ship for them. So I'm gonna have a vague idea to kit bash that. I want to make it so there's like way more room on it to like actually set all the units that are in it on it. Like opening it up and opening out the back and having it be like this huge land ship, have like, you know, turrets and things all over it. And I thought it would be really cool to have it actually opening up in the front. And instead of troops coming out, it's like some sort of a chained up space monster or alien. And what I was actually kind of thinking of is the Charybdis, I think it's called. It's like an aquatic hydra monster thing from the old Dark Elf faction from Age of Sigmar. But it's a weird like tentacle monster looking thing. I was like, wouldn't it be cool to have like, because the guard super heavies are like okay in melee because they're called like crushing tracks, they run over people. But I was like, wouldn't it be way cooler though if they had a chained up monster in the lower decks that they just unleash on people and it comes out, and you know, and then they haul it back in when it's eight whoever it was or whatever. So I have like I said, I've got ideas for everything. I can sit here and come up with ideas forever. But those will be down the road also. So and then last but not least, I don't know what was going through my head, bro, but I just randomly went and made a massive custom Stompa for orcs because I've just always wanted one. I love the Hell's Reach books. I love the descriptions of these giant ugly walking piles of scrap covered in turrets that, you know, they just get hit and it doesn't matter because everything's junk anyway. I just thought they were always so cool. I just always wanted to make my own because I didn't really like the GW one that much. So now I have this Stompa, but no orc army, just a Stompa. So I said I wouldn't, but I'm probably going to end up adding some more orcs to that. I'm not 100% sure yet. I said I always like the weird and the niche units of things, so maybe some things that don't see much play is what I go for. Like I really like the mechanical things, so maybe I'll make some custom Khans, Death Dreads, maybe more super heavies, Morkanot, Gorkanot, maybe a kill tank. Not too into all the squig stuff for some reason. I just kind of like the gritty mechanical better for orcs. But yeah, so there might be some stuff for that. And then also terrain. I'd like to get a lot more terrain done this year, just so that like when I do my little battle report things, it's more interesting than just my shitty trash terrain. So I think that pretty much wraps it up. This is a fucking 23-minute video of just me rambling on about all the things that I might do this year. So hope you enjoyed that. I hope it wasn't overwhelming. As I said, any projects or things you guys think would be cool, you think you'd like to see me work on, feel free to leave me suggestions. And also, I thought I kind of had this won't be like the official not announcement, whatever, but I thought it would be kind of cool because I just really like sitting and coming up with ideas and planning out models, if you will. And I'm obviously limited in what I can do just by myself in the time that I have, and I'm busy and whatever. But I actually like doing it for other people too. So if any of you are sitting there, and maybe you're sitting on just a massive bits pile, and you're like, man, I don't even know what to do with this. Or maybe maybe you have a faction and there's a model from a different faction that you really like, and you would like a way to squeeze that model into your army, but you're just not quite sure how to do it. If you're sitting there in that sort of a situation, feel free to DM me, and I will come up with your kit bash for you, if that makes sense. And I think I'll do like a little video like, hey, send me your ideas, or send me what you want, and I'll come up with the idea, kind of thing. Because I think that could be I'll make a little video of it, and I'll go through like how I would plan it out, or how I would figure it out, and I'll just give those ideas to whoever wants them, and then you can make something from it. And I think that'd be cool. It just puts more ideas out there in the world. Like I said, like I love just sitting there and figuring it out. I literally have like the entire GW catalog memorized, like even older stuff, Forge World stuff, all of it. It's like I've devoted my whole brain to that. It's probably not healthy, but yeah, if you were like, hey man, you know, I've always really liked the AdMech Castellan robots, but I play orcs, and you know, I kind of think that they could be this, but I'm not really sure what kits I should add to it, what I should look at, and then also like knowing what, like, I know what kits come with the most extra bits that would be helpful for kit bashes, because some kits, like, they don't really have any extra or things that would be useful for other things, but some kits have tons. They've got like whole extra arms and guns and things that you could use. So yeah, if you've made it this far into this video and you're sitting there in that sort of a situation, feel free to DM me on Instagram. I'm sure most of you already follow me on there, or you can just comment on this video. That's probably easier. But yeah, as I said, everybody have a good start to your new year. I know I have lots of things to look forward to and lots of things to be thankful and grateful for, namely, you know, all you guys that are here. So yeah, good start to the year. And as I said, like, if you want any of these things that I'm working on, if you want to see more of the behind the scenes stuff, the work in progress pictures, I do have that Patreon, and that's what that's for. I put all the work in progress stuff there, and I put little tutorials and stuff there as well for people that are interested in that sort of a thing. And any money from that goes directly towards more models and my crippling coffee addiction, which is very important. So thanks for watching. Bye everyone.